Are we on the internet?
We sure are, Brian.
Tonight, nope, almost. Tonight, the Mighty Nine get unnerved by the Bright Queen, attack the Overcrow Apothecary, and let their targets slip away. We'll break it all down with my guests, Sam Riegel and Liam O'Brien. All that and more on tonight's Talks Machina. We're back. Gentlemen, good to see you. Yeah. How is everybody?
Doing great. We had a good week.
Good week.
You guys had a good week?
Wait, it's only the beginning of the week.
I mean, we're a few days in. I've had a weird week. I'm in a weird headspace, but I'm glad to hear you guys.
What's up?
I just ask you questions.
Yeah.
got some stuff. I don't know. My neighbor's kid stole my keys, and I found out. So then I had to go deal with my neighbor's kid.
Okay.
What do you call deal with?
Did you kill him?
Just leave that
Then
up to
I found out.
imagination, yeah.
Then I found out my wallet was missing, and I tracked it down, and I left it in a bar a year ago.
Wow, it took you that long to figure it out?
I thought I lost it Saturday. Saturday, I was like, "Where's my wallet?" And when was the last time I saw my wallet?
Okay.
Traced it back to a bar. I went there and they had it.
People have been giving you things for about a year now, just wherever you go, so you haven't needed to pull it out to buy anything.
Not dice, though.
I am the soon-to-be Mr. Ashley Johnson. I don't pay for shit.
That's accurate.
Sugar mama?
I walk into Target and it's like supermarket sweep, my man. I just
Just run through?
just run through.
Yep.
My neighbor's kid is 43, so I had to fight him in the street.
Right.
It's like the scene in Deadwood when Captain Turner and Dan Doherty, he pulls out his eyeball. We have some announcements real quick. We're still raising money to help and end child poverty as part of Red Nose Day 2019. We put up all the donors' names on the whiteboard for the drop cam. Thursday morning, I can't believe these words are gonna come out of my fucking mouth right now. Thursday morning, we're going to air a special one-shot mini adventure with Matt Mercer and Stephen Colbert on our YouTube channel.
That's not real. That's not real.
No. Wow. That's I don't usually believe any of the things that come out of your fucking mouth,
Well,
but this
I
is
mean,
like a rare one. Wow.
What a day, huh?
I'm still processing the photographs I saw moments ago.
Yeah.
Before the show.
No
Some of those
spoilers.
photos are on the internet. Some only we have
that's
seen.
right.
Those are the ones I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But through your gracious donations, you've shaped Stephen's adventure, and although voting is closed, you can still donate
And should.
and should,
Because
please.
Stephen will
still
be
don't.
watching.
Stephen's watching
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
He was asking.
He only watches this show, though.
He's watching this, I'm saying. He
Yeah.
was asking what time is Talks Machina on.
Yeah, he doesn't
Matt
know
was
what
like the
happens in the
first words
campaign.
out of his mouth were, I heard you have this great after show. You can donate at critroll.com/rednoseday to join our campaign. It's pretty close, about 3/4 of the way to the goal. We still have time. And our good friend Mark Hooms from High Rollers joined Taliesin today on Mame Drop, just right over there.
I think his name is pronounced Hulmus.
Really handsome.
Holmes?
Hulmus.
He's really handsome?
Yeah, he's
I
really
find him
handsome.
very handsome. I saw him earlier today when he was here for Mame Drop, and he did something cool with his hair. I thought it was a little bit of a rip-off, but he's not watching. The VOD for that Mame Drop episode is available right now on our Twitch channel for subscribers, or check it out on YouTube this Thursday. And today marks a day I've been waiting for ages, our very first cosplay of the week.
Oh, it's going to be so much
contest.
fun.
And it's a fucking goodie, my friend.
Is there like a graphic to go with it?
Just wait. Don't
I'm so
jump
excited.
ahead, man. Have you seen this show before?
I have literally never
It's
seen
your
this show
third
before.
time on this show, and you still don't. Thank you to everyone who has submitted their cosplay and fan art. You can submit your own works of art by going to critroll.com. Now the sleeves on this are tricky. Let's submit. Without further ado, let us discuss episode 63. 63.
That's a good one.
So close.
We're getting there. We're almost there. Ooh. Do we have decorations budget, Max, for episode 69? Can we fly our squeef out?
It's just dildos everywhere.
Vinny, can we fly our squeef out? He's in Britain. No, it's not in Canada. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Now,
Wow.
will you want to have Sam and I back to commemorate the occasion?
Intervention.
Oh no.
That's gross.
We have some stats from our friends at Crit Roll Stats.
You must start with stats.
For episode 63, Caleb cast his 700th spell.
No shit. Is that for real?
700th.
The 700 Club.
I'm not going to question Crit Roll Stats. This has to be true.
Wow.
Gift of Alacrity on Caduceus. That was the 700th
Wow, a
spell.
Dunamatic spell was
Yeah.
the number 700.
That's a good one to ring it in
Yeah.
on, for
Yeah,
sure.
dude. Do you know what's Dunamatic? Your shirt, Sam.
Yeah, it's not good for camera. I think it has like horizontal stripes, which create that moire thing.
Yeah, it's the
People
one
can't even
thing
see
that
me.
they told us do not wear on the show.
Oh,
Wait,
it's gravitational. It's too strong.
Not rolled her 40th natural one this episode to understand the local sewer system. On brand
An
for
important role.
a regal character. Caduceus earned his first "How do you want to do this?" by finishing the Hobgoblin.
First?
First.
He's been in it 30 episodes or something.
Well, he's such a gentle giant.
He's such a
good
gentle
boy.
giant.
Yeah.
He also has bad dice karma. The golden snitch is gone, my friends.
Yeah.
Taken, given
It's
to
kind
Matt
of-
Mercer and then stolen from Matt
It
Mercer's
feels
bag.
like it's gone from all of us.
Yeah.
I don't know what Crit Roll Stats, maybe Crit Roll Stats can weigh in on this, but I wonder if our general average dice rolls have been just of a lower quality this campaign.
Danny Andrew is for sure going to answer that, so when he does, let us know.
I'm sure he will.
Let us know.
I'm sure that someone from the wonderful group of Crit Roll Stats will be able to figure out the answer
They got
to that
badgers over
question.
there.
At Crit Roll Stats,
They've
they
got
have badgers?
fucking badgers over
What is
there.
that? What do you mean?
I've met one of
Singing
them.
badgers.
They have-
Singing badgers.
Okay.
I'll tell you after the show. Might not be safe for Twitch. Kyle with an N, our pal Niall, is the first question of the night.
Okay.
It's for both of you.
Oh.
So Liam, you can answer this.
Oh.
A lot of drama from this current arc has stemmed from politics and espionage. How does this style of play compare to your local kill the BBEG plot? Is it more or less stressful?
More.
Big bad evil guy? Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to attach a gender to it, I don't see why we need to.
Or gal, or they.
Yeah, it could be Goblin.
Goblin, sure.
Yeah, it could be Gary.
Sure.
I know a lot of bad Garys.
Every Gary I've ever met is a fucking asshole.
Really? What
Yeah.
about Jerry's?
Jerry's okay, but
Jerry.
Gary knows what he did.
How do you feel about Greg's? They come in old and new. Liam, answer the question. Stop fooling around.
It's harder. It's harder because we can't tell what everybody's motivations are. I mean, even in the party, we don't know what everyone's motivations are, but we don't know who's who. It feels like both sides are playing each other. It feels like there must be spies on each side, and it's hard to know what the shit we're supposed to do.
Yeah, it's true. Even, as Liam said, even within the party, Yasha has this strange past that we are unaware of, but it seems to tie into the dynasty where we are, and it could spell danger for us. I don't know exactly what Bo's intentions are. She seems like she's with us, but she's still got this weird allegiance to the Empire. She seems to want to do right by her spy friend, Dairon. And then there's all this stuff. I think
The other night on the show, she said she's the BBEG for the campaign.
It's true. Marisha absolutely
She
confessed.
literally said, she let slip that she is the evil.
But Marisha Ray is.
But
Yeah,
I will
that's what I'm
say,
saying.
I will say this: this campaign, for me anyway, has been just way more difficult because of the vast quantities of information we don't know. There were surprises in campaign 1. We didn't know everything that was going on in the background, but we knew who the bad guys were,
Right.
and we knew who the good guys were, us. And this time, that's not the case. We don't know.
So gray.
Matt has
It's
set up a lot of
hard.
gray area on his end, and you guys have set up a lot of gray area
Yeah, that's
between
true.
yourselves and in your backstories. That's made a very. That's why the theories this campaign are way more through the roof, because everybody's keeping things close to the vest. But by the time the first campaign started streaming, there were little videos with a lot there. Backstories out there.
And this might jump on some questions that are coming up
That's
later.
okay.
But
we can always talk about your shirt some more.
Once we have, I feel like once we have a shred of information, just a tiny hint, I want to jump on it just to keep the story moving forward. And so I personally want to make big, bold decisions based on the small amount of information we're given. As you saw in this past episode, sometimes those big, bold decisions can be wrong.
You think so?
Yeah, you're struggling with consequence in front of us all in a way that we are unaccustomed to seeing.
First time in your life?
Oh, yeah, no, I've had everything handed to me on a silver platter my whole life.
I was talking about the campaigns.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Just
me.
the campaigns. I mean, I could fucking talk the internet's ear off about how lily white your hands are in a separate conversation. But no, I mean, you sort of have danced amongst the raindrops from the beginning of this show to now.
In D&D, yes. I have not experienced this kind of trepidation, failure, uncertainty.
You were feeling it that night
I don't,
afterwards.
it's rough. It's hard. I don't like this game. I don't like it at all.
Welcome
you've
to
never played
every day
D&D
of my
before.
life, my friend. You were born with a silver crack spoon in your mouth. Is that what they say? Max? Told you that was a weird analogy. Liam.
Yeah.
C2E63 wants to know. How exciting is it to be able to use some new magic? Especially the spell that gives similar abilities as the Dodeca had that you ended up giving away in that episode I hated. Wow, they really went on and on in this question.
wow,
It seems a
wow.
bit excessive. I'm glad we removed it for the feed.
Wow.
Well, Caleb wants more and more and more and more, and I like it because it makes it, Caleb. That's just a little dabble, do you? He thinks that every little bit of dunamancy he's going to get his hands on is going to make him think that the things that he still has hopes of doing, even though it's like a pipe dream, it's impossible. You can't do the things he wants to do. There's no reason to even tell anyone a plan. There's no plan. It's impossible. Except maybe it's not.
Except maybe it's not.
Dutymancy.
Dudemancy?
Dudemancy.
Dudemancy.
Whoa, do you know what
Dudemancy.
Dudemancy is what's happening on this couch right
That's
now?
right.
Hashtag,
Dudemancy night.
tonight's hashtag is Dudemancy.
Dutymancy, bro.
Yeah, brah.
Dutymancy.
Wow.
Oh, this is why,
Very much a lady in this room right
Yeah.
now.
well, there's also Dannymancy.
Danamancy.
I mean, come on.
I love that.
Our Squeef, this is why he gets up at 4 in the morning. Is shit like this. Were you done, darling?
Carcana check.
Sure. Sure, yes.
What?
I
Wait,
love
hold on. He's telling a really bad
terrible
joke while you're trying to talk.
Go back.
What did you
First
say?
there was the dinosaurs.
I was making a terrible pun with
Yes.
Danny's last name,
Yeah, Car-
Carr. Make a Carcana check.
I personally love it. Because it's about me.
I'm sweating. I'm sweating because we have 45 minutes of this left. Liam, save us from Sam.
Period.
Period.
End of show. Roll credits.
Fade. Dudemancy. Sam, Adam Perry wants to know, what made you think the gold dragonborn was the most important one to be captured, or was it more of a let nobody get away thing?
Yeah, Sam, what led you to that decision?
Yeah, exactly. Well, from the little pieces of information that I picked up in the room, I couldn't discern from the little bit he gave me who was who, and I made two terrible fallacies. One,
The first, yeah.
I couldn't. Was the dragonborn a female or a male?
Email.
So I didn't catch that part going
Okay.
in. So I thought that one of the voices Matt was doing was the dragonborn, sort of giving orders.
Oh, Oh.
And I didn't catch that the Dragonborn was a female, so I misgendered both members of that room.
Yeah.
So you confused our fake reality a little bit. Is
I
what you're
did,
saying.
and so I thought just based on
a lot to
the
keep
voices
track of.
that I was hearing through Matt, that the Dragonborn seemed to be the one who was more powerful or giving the orders, and the Drow was the one taking the orders. But I only heard a few words,
Yeah.
so it was hard to make that assessment.
Yeah.
That was fallacy number one. And then fallacy number two was I saw the Dragonborn leaving and nothing happening. I had been in there for a while, not the Brave had been in there for a while, and nothing had really happened since. And without being able to communicate what I was seeing, I was worried that they inside were waiting for me to act, and I wanted to give them agency to act. Don't leave it up to me to start this off. I wanted to give them the power to say go. And when when I did that, I both exposed myself and I gave Liam a terrible job, because he had to
Yes, and
take my suggestion. Because we are a team, Caleb and Not. Caleb listens to Not listens to Caleb.
clearly this Dragonborn has some piece of information or some object, or is the solely responsible as some secret commander. Got to stop him.
Yep.
Got to.
But really, as I was saying before, this moment I feel is a metaphor for the whole campaign. We are acting with very limited information.
Yeah.
And we are making sometimes bold decisions, giving over the Dodeca.
That was a simple decision.
Sure, but
That
it was
was
bold.
live or die.
It was
Sure,
bold.
but it was live or die.
But now turning over information to the Bright Queen, these are bold decisions we're making with not a lot of information. And sometimes you just got to go with your gut, and sometimes your gut is wrong.
Okay, so I'm thinking he's had since Thursday to come up with this. I'm thinking, am I buying it? I'm checking in with how do we feel, gang? Are we buying this, Max? Do we feel good about it?
Are you inside checking Sam? Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
As Sam's campaign manager,
Okay, thank you.
How do you feel?
I trust my candidate. I believe in the words that he is giving out.
Biased propaganda.
He is someone who's really trying to just be honest, to be realistic about the hardships that he has endured in this D&D game.
No, those are not hardships. Those are mistakes. Sure, hardships.
Everybody makes mistakes. It simply
Speak for
makes him
yourself.
more humanizing.
I understand that, Danny.
Sam Riegel is the president for the people.
I love you, Danny.
boy.
I mean, that was amazing. I can't thank you enough.
He doesn't listen. He just admitted, I didn't hear this.
Yep,
I
true.
didn't hear this. Let me give you some advice. Number one, stop sending me memes of yourself during the show on your phone. That would help you.
That is slander.
That
is
would help
libel.
you
Do
pay
have
attention.
Any evidence
Also,
to support this?
the
I
bigger
believe
the
there's a tweet
flask,
of yours calling him out on it.
the bigger the flask gets. Do you know how sound works? It's blocking the sound from
please.
getting to you.
Do you know how sound works?
I
Because
do.
It seems from that example that you do not actually know
Matthew
how sound
Mercer
works.
has
This right now is more drama than the whole Jeffree Star, James Charles, Tati thing. We're spilling the tea. I love it. Let's just get it all out. Tell me what you got on me, Liam.
Mistakes are human. And would you rather have a D&D Beyond president who can't own up to the things that he does? Or would you rather have someone like Sam who is able to say, look, I did something wrong.
Liam owned up to his dodecahedron thing. He came on the show the next week and described how genius of a fucking move it was and how boss it was.
And how owning up to it?
Yeah.
It is it depends on what you want out of a president.
You know, honestly, I'm not sweating this. We can go on to the next question.
Well, good fucking thing, because the next question is for, future president Liam O'Brien. And it's from Zemnian Critter, of all people.
Oh, boy.
Caleb was very quick to talk about his training as a Volstrekker with the Bright Queen. Does he think this might make it harder for her to trust him? Or has he decided honesty might be the best way to earn that trust?
Oh, he's all in. Everything's changed. There's no. He thinks that there are people probably from the Empire here now who knows who he is, or shortly will be sent. I think the jig is up for Caleb to a certain extent, and he's acting on a timeline that he thought he would probably never get to, and it feels like they need to move quickly with very little information. So he is trying to make bold moves. I mean, for many reasons that are good.
Bold moves, little info.
Yeah.
Campaign 2.
Yeah.
Where can you get more information? How can you get more
Good
information?
question. Insightful
What
follow-up.
What do we do?
You know who knows a lot? If we could just get into her memory banks, your fucking girlfriend.
I know what she knows,
I'm talking
which
about
is Yasha hates not.
I'm talking about the years that she doesn't remember. There's something buried in
There
there
is
that's
some
key
shit, dude.
information
There's gotta
that
be.
we need to get to the bottom of.
There's got to be. We'll
There has to
squeeze
be.
it out of her while she's here. That's what we're all doing.
What?
Sam,
Yeah.
Costumer Delight wants to know.
Ooh, good name.
Did you hear that? That her television program got picked up for another season.
Costumer Delights? I didn't know
No,
she had a television.
the woman who plays Yasha.
Oh.
But they said it's the last one.
What show is that called?
I'm just reporting the news. ABC's Blindside.
Got it.
How is not handling the fact that she was charmed to turn against her friends? Does she have a better understanding of what Caleb went through beneath the well as a result of this battle?
I mean, I don't think she's had much time to process it, right?
Not yet.
We just finished that fight. I don't know how. First of all, I'm not exactly sure what that spell was, whether it was charm or dominate or command or whatever, or some other dunamanic thing. I don't know exactly how it works. Does the person charmed know? You know this. You're a wizard. Does the person charmed know that they were charmed while it's happening? Does it seem like a blur afterwards?
Wait, isn't Friends the one that after they know they were charmed?
Friends, they definitely know
a minute
afterwards.
later that they got played.
Okay, but what about
Does charm person or suggestion or we gotta ask Matt this.
Friends is just you're more
Depends.
likely to.
Oh, we have someone
look
here
who just
who knows.
walked in? You didn't know you were still here.
Oh.
Mark Holmes is here.
It's open to interpretation.
Open to
It's
interpretation.
not stated whether they remember or not. So.
Okay. All right.
Fuck left you in this building.
I gave him
Can't stop
my
me. You
I
can't
gave him
stop
my
me.
key card because I said they cancel this every night. Might as well use it while you can.
Open for interpretation. Well, I'll have to follow up with Matt then to see how much Not and Caleb remember about their charming time.
I think it's that you just feel like the person that charmed you is your best friend, and like everything else is still in there, but you're just in a real good mood towards that person.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you.
Also, Not has blown up Caduceus before.
True.
So doing a couple points of damage to Yasha isn't the worst
Not
thing
really
that Not
too
has
bad.
done to a member of her
Yeah.
party.
Yeah. Liam,
Yeah.
Jay Vetti wants to know the question that everybody's asked us this week. After last week's events, when can we expect Frumpkin to become a horse as an apology to the fans?
I knew it. Man,
yourself.
I need an apology to myself. That did not feel good. I did not kill the horse on purpose. I meant to hurt it and get it the hell out of the way, but I rolled well enough to kill it.
Just say that one more time as a complete sentence to camera. I, Liam O'Brien, purposely killed an animal. That would help my campaign a lot.
Yeah.
If you could just repeat that
Do
verbatim.
not do it. As your attorney, I would advise you not to
You know
listen to
what,
that
Brian?
man.
This isn't your time. This is Liam's time to
I love
state.
animals.
This is my
to the
motherfucking
I
audience.
love animals. Do you know how many times I've gotten down and cuddled and pet Henry the dog? Do you know how many times Sam has pet Henry the dog?
Never. You have never touched that dog.
You know why?
Why?
Germs. I don't want
Germs?
I don't want animal
That is
germs.
so
Animal
human.
germs? You have kids. Kids are a disease.
Sam, give me more to work
Petri
with.
dish.
Not germs from the dog. Germs from you, Brian. I know that you pet that dog more than anyone. I don't want your whatever you've got syphilis on your hands to transfer somehow to my precious these hands are soft and dainty, and they can pick up a disease very easily.
Max, there's a bottle of Irish whiskey next to the refrigerator. Can you have Jerry grab that? Also, can you check the traffic on the 405? I'm going to have to get out of here pretty soon.
You want to go walk into it together?
Do you want to head out
Yeah,
pretty soon?
just walk.
Before we do, the only thing I want to get to tonight, because I'm done with questions for you, cosplay of the week.
Yay!
cosplay of the week. Look at
Oh, cool.
Nice.
it. So beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Wendy Doodles. Our beloved Wendy
old
Sullivan
Wendy.
did that. Do it again, Zach. Show the people again. They want to see it again.
So good.
Show them again.
Wendy.
Wendy Doodles.
Fucking hell.
Oh, Frumpkin was under that table.
Our first winner for Cosplay of the Week was sent in by Andy Srivastrava.
Yep, perfect.
At Andy underscore the other thing I just said. Photo by Allie Madden. Let's take a look. The first winner. Cosplay of the Week. Check out the Fordo bomb.
Yep. But it's the snarl that really sells it.
I would not fight that person.
That scowl.
I would not
So
fight that
good.
person.
No.
That scowl would make me back down
I
pretty
love all
quick.
the jade too.
Yeah, as
Yep.
scary as Marisha Ray.
And a wonderfully taken photograph as well.
Yeah.
Good focus there.
I love the shadows.
The staff looks well worn and well used.
I bet she's beating on Ford with that thing.
Oh yeah.
Somebody's gonna get smacked.
That Ford, by the way.
He's awesome.
Hey guys!
He's chilling back there with his sword.
Hey!
He's chilling back there with
guys
his sword.
taking pictures
He's like, am
over
I
here?"
next? I hope I'm next. Next
He
week it's gonna
also
be
looks great.
Next week it's gonna be him, and then there's gonna be a Caleb photobombing in the background. We're just gonna go up that staircase.
He does look great.
Congrats to you, Andy. You and the winner of Fan Art of the Week are both getting Purple Heart dice
That
trays.
color.
Everything has changed.
Our friends at Wormwood are now sponsoring
3 things?
Cosplay of the Week and Fan Art of the Week. We got rid of Gift of the Week for now, sunset it instead.
Oh.
So both winners are getting this Purple Heart. Let's
Nice.
get a shot of this if we can, Zach. Look at that color. It's amazing.
It is beautiful.
It's like Molly's coat. All right.
in his dick, I think.
And his dick, I think.
Sure.
Now you can enter our weekly contest by visiting critroll.com. I didn't do it yet, Zach. /submit. Moving on. Sam,
Yo.
M. Basutil wants to know, both during the break and after the episode, you tweeted that you felt the way the fight went was your fault. Does not feel the same way.
I believe so. I believe she's going to be very guilty when we start the next episode.
How does she handle guilt? She's not drinking right now, though.
Well, maybe that'll change. Same way Sam Riegel does, with a nice nip of the flask.
With the flask.
I don't know. I don't know how she's going to deal with it. Sam Riegel was upset with himself for
Yeah, we know that.
for
The first time.
the first time ever in possibly my life.
Did your mom call you and go like, how could you do this to us?
Broke your streak.
She supports me unconditionally. She did not call me, but if she did, it would have been to say, whatever you did was perfect.
You're going on Talks Tuesday to make this right, aren't you? Yeah, whatever you did was perfect.
Yeah. I think Knott's going to be a little bit upset with her actions. I hope that Caleb and Liam O'Brien can forgive her.
Liam doesn't care. Liam, they each ups or downs. It's just D&D.
This is probably a softball, but are you guys happy with nights where it ends before you have to sort of like face some of the consequences conversationally right away? You get a week to sort of go like, analyze what you did, analyze what you want to do.
I don't actually.
You don't?
I don't like it when it gives us the time to think about those reactions, because I feel like in time all of our reactions are sort of naturally tempered, matured. We get to think about things, rationalize them and stuff. But if it's in the moment, more juicy bits come out.
So you trust your first
things
instinct
happen.
more?
No, I don't trust my first instinct at all.
But they're real.
But it's
that's the
cooler.
most real thing.
Yeah, it's more interesting and real. Yeah.
Plus, we never really want to stop playing, period. It's always like, oh, just give us another hour. Okay. See you next week.
Yeah,
There are people who have to go home.
people who have to go home. Whatever, dude. We're making art here. They should be appreciative. Right, Max?
Oof.
Boy, that was rough.
He just went through 5 stages of grief in 2 words. Druid at Heart has a question for both of you. Has the Astrid letter talk changed your previous feelings toward the topic? Are you feeling less or more worried about it now that other relevant bit of Kayla's history has been revealed?
More.
Are your feelings more worried about it? Yeah, I mean, there was too much going on, and to get to that conversation, and also just, you can't always control this game, and I come in weeks and go like, I better talk about this, and the game goes where it wants to. Really not feeling great about Jester's mom. Worried about people casing that joint, finding their way there to use her as leverage. I feel like the people that Caleb used to run with would be savvy enough to, fill in gaps to get there. And sending that kid there, maybe not the best idea either. I don't know.
Wow, I hadn't thought about that
Yeah,
either.
there's a lot to sort of reflect on, isn't there? My
boy.
goodness.
Yeah.
Well, the kid's not en route yet.
Right.
Right now, we just got Shasta going towards the kid. Oh boy, this is a kerfuffle.
Yeah. Another thing too that Caleb is thinking about a lot is like, I think he thought if he ever ran into the people from his past, it would be set against the backdrop of the Empire and the Empire being at war. If it happens now, he either is or seems like he's a traitor to the country, on the other side.
Yeah.
That's rough, buddy.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah.
Whew. Jesus. Lots going on. I'm excited.
Lots going on.
Meaty.
Airbnb Dodo wants to know, Liam, how surprised were you that Essek actually agreed to teach Caleb some spells? And were they what you/Caleb were hoping for?
Didn't know what to expect. Was surprised that he wanted to. And is suspicious of it, but will play the game.
Yeah, cool spells, man.
Yeah.
The other one of them was initiative, and the other one was sort of a luck thing.
Yeah, both ways of sort of bending reality to your will. And I think he still does. Caleb still really wants to get into the tomes, but now it seems like he has an open invitation, as long as they don't, totally fucking burn down houses and murder animals and kill Dragonborn in the middle of the street. As long as they do right by the Bright Queen, he should be in like Flynn with that Essek guy.
Yeah.
So, good to go.
Now that you're getting to the really, lots of, you don't have to do 6 pages of spell card slots thanks to D&D Beyond. But any nights where you regret playing a wizard because you got a lot of shit to keep track of? I had a few when I played one. That's why I'm asking you. There's a few nights where I'm like, Jesus, God.
Almost every episode I mutter to Marisha going, fucking spellcasters. And she just goes, yeah, told you so.
Oh yeah, her at the end there.
I miss
a lot
things
to manage.
because I'll see that my turn is coming up, or I'll be like, how can I help here? Diddle, 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 and I'll look up and everybody's moved on to another topic, and I'll be like, yep, I was totally listening.
I feel the opposite. Like playing a rogue, you know this. You have to make you're frequently the tip of the spear. You're ahead of everybody else. You have to make these decisions kind of for the whole party.
You have to make bold choices because you're usually out front on your own.
I don't like that at all. I'm getting to like it, but it feels less comfortable to me than doing the spellcaster thing, assessing the situation, kind of hoping your initiative is low in the order, sussing out what you need, who's weak, who's losing, who's winning, how you can help. That, to me, it was a more comfortable place for me playing Scanlan, and this is just, it must have been hard to be Vax.
It felt dangerous, but
it got easier towards the end.
But yeah,
because he was already dead.
Rigor mortis. Couldn't get any harder.
I'm gonna hit both of you.
Spoilers.
Not okay.
Campaign.
Hey man,
What's that say?
worth it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But with spellcasting, you constantly feel like I probably memorized
Sit
the wrong
back down,
spells.
Mark. Where the fuck are you going?
Keep going. You keep going.
No, you sit back down. What the
Mark
fuck is
had
going
the
on?
audacity to stand up for a half a
Why
second.
is he leaving? It's in the middle of answering a question. continue.
Well, Mark is notoriously very rude.
When you were playing as Vax,
Yeah.
you know, it was hard to keep track of stuff, right? That's what you guys were talking about.
No, I think spellcasting
Rogue.
is hard.
Dagger, 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 attack, 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 attack. You'll get there
No,
soon.
I kept track of that fine. It was everybody else had a problem with that.
Well, we got Laura with her hunter's mark.
Yeah.
Like, Laura Bailey is amazing.
Okay,
She's
I know that we
fantastic.
have
My
to say
campaign
that.
manager, not Laura's. Stick to the
Laura's not
topic.
running.
Laura
I
doesn't need
can
to
say
have
nice
topic.
things about Laura all I want.
When is the campaign over? Do we know?
I don't know.
Because
Actually,
what if Laura
we might be
on the-
running forever?
It's a little bit like Sasha's no exit.
Hell is other D&D players.
I don't know.
Okay.
This was a bit that I came up with one night. I did not know that it was going to go on for months and months.
Yeah,
and months.
neither did I think
Well,
that about your
listen.
stupid cabbage joke.
Don't enter a campaign unless you truly mean to win.
Yeah, dude.
I mean to win and serve out both of my terms because the people will have demanded it.
Or 3 or 4.
I
or
feel like
5.
the bits are getting on yours. Not to like talk down to you. His game isn't super strong lately. I feel like yours. I feel like you're
In the campaign?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the campaign bits. Your rebuttal was bogusly weak. Your rebuttal was like it was like watching.
Foster.
Yeah, dude. It was like watching a freestyle rap battle of like Logic versus Max.
And I'm the max in this situation?
You are.
Ooh, that is painful.
No, you are the audience.
What?
That's how bad it is. You're the
That
audience.
metaphor doesn't even make sense, Brian.
Yeah, it does. Think about it.
No, I don't want to think about
Think about it while Sam
about
answers
it.
this question from Catherine
about
Bennett. All I'm saying is you better step it up this Thursday, my man, because he is bringing the heat.
I don't know how
Do you
he
have an
got
idea
to you.
for Thursday?
I don't know how he got to you, Brian, but you know,
How do you
coming
know
on this
I'm fully
show
Liam? I might
feels
be
like
Arsequeef.
coming on Fox News all of a sudden, or
Yeah, what is this? What are these very
this is a
harsh
partisan,
attacks?
Okay.
You're a partisan hack, and I won't take it anymore. But I love the attention, so I will stay.
And what is more human than loving attention?
That's true.
This episode.
Thank you, Danny.
You're welcome.
You're the most human man on earth.
You're a real human boy.
Relatable.
You're a real human boy. All right, well, let's talk about this question from Catherine Bennett. This episode sponsored by Liam O'Brien for president.
Damn you.
Sam does not still figure that Caleb is her best chance at getting her body restored as she sees him advance in power. Or, Yasha's here. You hear that?
I heard that rumble.
Or has her
out of
widened
Burbank.
experience given her ideas for alternate paths to get her body back that don't rely on Caleb?
So far, Caleb has been, recently Not was in a room where a queen told her that a bunch of people in the room with her were reborn into different bodies. So Not knows that that's a possibility. But now Caleb is dabbling in that same kind of magic. The same kind of magic that can make people reborn in different bodies. So far, at least in the knowledge that Not has, I think Caleb is the clearest path to whatever ends that she's trying to get to.
Also, all the people who have been reborn here in the dynasty, they had to be chosen, selected, groomed, right? So Not probably doesn't fit that bill, but Caleb will do
yet.
whatever the fuck, so.
Yeah, totally.
You know.
Yeah. I wondered at the beginning of the campaign when it was like, oh, I'm going to make him as powerful as he can so that he can change me back. I thought it would be so funny and so Sam if you guys met some NPC that was like super powerful early on and then you just like went and ditched Mighty Nine and just changed and left.
Could still
happen.
happen.
Oh,
Not does
God.
not know a lot about magic.
I was thinking like
and
episode
assumes
12.
that this guy is numero uno. So if we meet somebody more powerful,
Yep.
could happen.
Yep. Max, a question for you from everyone that's on the show right now. Where is that Irish whiskey that I asked about 15 minutes ago? I wasn't joking. Liam's glass has been empty. Sam's glass is empty. Where is it? Where's Jerry? Don't act like getting up is the worst. Look at this.
Wow. Is this your second greatest challenge in life, Sam?
This is the second most adversity I've ever faced in my life.
So you're telling me that somebody who forces a man who's working to get up and go get him
Part of his
alcohol
job.
and is gonna stop the show to make this happen and endorses is somebody that you're gonna trust on their endorsement of a candidate?
Danny,
That's weak. That's
Danny,
weak.
will you stop criticizing the man I'm going to beat for the role of president?
Yeah.
I'm not criticizing Sam.
Yeah, you
He
are.
is supporting me like
I'm always here for you,
it's
Sam.
amazing. I truly don't deserve it. In fact, if I weren't such an egomaniac, I would suggest that we switch roles and I campaign for you because you have a much better chance of winning than I do.
It's probably true, but you know what? I'm just gonna try to give you a little bit of that of my personal sparkle.
Maybe we should change the words Danny Cam to just Sammy Sam.
And that's
Just to give me a little
Liam.
extra boost. I need some sort of boost.
Zach, get that fucking camera on me right now. Liam,
Yes.
answer this question from known Liam O'Brien supporter Sally Erico. Since Dunamancy is a homebrew out of the insanity that is Mercer's brain,
Yes.
how thrilling is it to see a couple of the spells now and the possibilities to come? What are you hoping for?
Oh gosh. Well, to change everything, I'm so excited to see what Matt has baked up, and I don't actually know if Dunamancy, I don't think entirely, but is it a create? Maybe he'll tell me after this episode. Is it a creation in response to the shit I threw at him before this campaign?
Oh, wow.
Or has he been brewing it up the whole time?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, I don't know the answer, but he has, even in campaign one, not with the same language of the strands of fate or any of that sort of specific language, but he's always been invested in fate and how that's sort of a set thing that can be changed or altered. So maybe he's been thinking about it for a long time.
I love the juxtaposition of all of that lore and tapestry from campaign 1 and campaign 2 in juxtaposition, because campaign 1, all those threads of fate, that was just existence, the universe, uncontrollable. But in campaign 2, we've got like physicists tinkering with the weave.
Yeah.
And I think that's fucking dope.
Wait, you can't show that on TV.
Yes, I can.
You can?
Take a sip. Take
Oh.
a sip. Take a sip.
Oh, wow.
Okay, all right. Pass that
boy.
down and pour some for your boyfriend.
Have some ginger ale, Sam.
Have some
Thanks.
ginger ale, some
Hello.
iced tea. Sam,
7-Up.
Killian Billion wants to know, how does Not feel about Essek Thalos and how he seems to be closest to Caleb out of the Mighty Nine? Is she concerned that Essek might be trying to use Caleb, or is she more interested in Caleb being more sociable with people?
I think she's just happy that Caleb has found a new friend
Got a
in
buddy.
town, and they seem to get along. They talk about things, you know. Whenever I think she would love it if Essek would float over more often just to visit, because they seem to
He's
really
so
play.
handsome,
They
too.
one of those drow boyfriends.
they play well together. There's no fighting.
They clearly have some bonding over these books.
He can float over whenever he wants to.
Really like this boy. I
Yeah.
really like
He's the
him.
same age-ish, maybe.
Here he's from Denthales.
He and the Bright Queen seem to be really tight.
Oh boy. Liam, love that dog wants to know. Oh,
Love that dog.
Hey, speaking of,
Is he
it's
here?
that
Where is
time
he?
of
Did he come
night.
out?
It's that time of night.
And we
Here, I should go pet that dog,
Oh boy, I don't like
like
this.
I always do.
This is the first time Henry's ever gonna bite someone.
We can make my hands look closer in post, right?
we'll Photoshop him down.
This is definitely not live. Sam, you have to give me something.
Yeah, there we
go.
He likes it. He likes it. That's a sweet boy.
That's a good boy.
Yeah, he's sleepy. He's been running around like crazy all day.
Well-known voice actor and voice director Sam Riegel died today from
Purell.
dog rabies.
Purell, please.
Disgusting. You know what they say about people who don't like dogs?
I love dogs.
Shouldn't be president.
I'm trying to convince this is a real thing. I'm I'm trying
Good
to convince
actor.
my daughter to get a dog. Right now, there are 4 votes in my family. It has to be unanimous. Me, dog.
Okay.
Wife, dog.
Really?
Son, dog. Daughter, cat. What? We can't sway her. She won't move. She's 4 years old. We can't convince her. I've tried to bribe her. I've tried to tell her she can play games, watch TV, have
Yeah.
candy.
Yeah,
if she
yeah,
just
yeah.
says the word dog once, she won't do it.
Why cats? I mean, I love cats, but why cats over dogs if everyone else wants a dog?
I don't know.
But then Travis can never come over to your house.
She met this one cat that she calls Meow Meow that she sees on the way home from school every day, and she always stands outside the window and says, Meow Meow, Meow Meow, come out. And she loves that cat so much.
Ooh, she shouldn't stay by that window too long because if that cat's walking around the street,
Yeah, you know, it
one
makes,
of these days Meow Meow's not going to be answering when
Yeah.
she's.
it makes perfect sense to me.
Oh, yes.
It's your fault for having kids.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Liam.
We've seen Caleb's changes to Maximilian's Earth and Grass
Yeah.
and Cat's Ire / Big B's Hand.
Yeah.
How do you choose which spells to modify and how to modify them to be cat themed? Speaking of.
Well, just a little dab will do ya. I don't want everything to be super cat themed, but
Right.
Don't you?
not everything. No, that's not the end of my cat dabbling in magic. It's Dunamancy, evocation, transmutation, and cat mutation.
Are you going to change poison spray to dander spray?
Dander
Travis will
spray.
sneeze every single time you say it.
I have a couple ideas left.
So on the call sheets, I make Frumpkin jokes, and I actually very specifically stay away from any jokes that have to do with like Frumpkin's fur and anything, motherfucker. I actually very specifically stay away from any jokes that like talk about Frumpkin's fur and dander and stuff like that because I genuinely don't want to like make Travis like upset about reading the call sheet.
Amazing.
Also, like, for Cat's Ire, I just got to that level and looked at all the spells that were there, and it's just, I mean, most people have guessed this. It's just Big B's Hand reskinned, but that's a Scanlan calling card. I wasn't gonna do that again. I wanted something that was, unique to my trash fire.
Yeah.
I love it.
And what better way to murder horses than with a
Yeah.
gigantic cat claw?
I've been
Really.
saying it for years and you guys haven't been listening. In fact, I think you stole that bit from me.
I think it's brilliant. I want you to reskin more spells because
You want him to
I think
reskin
you're
you.
a creative guy.
On it.
Not as creative as me. I should still be president.
No,
but,
well,
but,
who
you know,
is?
so,
Yeah.
Yeah.
As close as mortals can get.
Totally.
Yeah. And willing to come up with a lot of interesting reasonings for his mistakes. Carno Lesbian wants to know, for both of you, you've both had your fair share of Jenga moments playing rogues. Do you enjoy the adrenaline of these high stakes moments, or are they more stressful?
We've already touched on this a little bit. For me,
Class-wise,
it's
yeah. but
stress
wonder-
that I was not prepared for and have not come to terms with yet. Liam, how did you do?
I mean, they are terrifying but exhilarating at the same time. Anytime you're like, you put your neck out there that hard, like going into.
Literally with the Briarwoods.
Yeah, or running after Raishan knowing that it's a terrible gameplay move, but doing it anyway because it's what felt right for that moment.
Yeah,
for my guy.
It's almost like you're making two decisions at the same time. One is, as my character, is this stupid? And then the second one is, are the people at the table going to berate me over text messages
Yeah.
for the next 6 days because
Did
of
that
this?
happen?
Not really.
No, I got a lot of support from everyone on the text chain except for you, Brian. So thank you for that, Liam.
I don't even have your number saved. I didn't even know which one was you.
I'm happy for
I
anybody.
get a new
to,
burner phone every week, so I don't bother putting everybody's names and numbers in.
Nice.
Steal a broom, kill a kid, just
Steal a broom, kill a kid.
be crazy.
That's our show.
That's our show, friends. Hey,
Put it on
guess
a
what?
shirt.
It's time for fan art of the week. Kill a kid.
Man art of the week. Woo!
Narc.
Oh wait,
Our
can they hear us right now?
Hey.
No, they can't. And now
Oh,
we're
and there it is.
showing the art. Then we're just going to show the art, Zach. Did he leave after what I said earlier?
Spoilers. There. Okay, there it is.
There it is.
There
This
it
week's
is.
winner is,
Oh, there it
as
is
you
now.
can see, was sent in by Lauren Rollins.
That's so cool.
At Larn_draws.
Larn Draws,
Let's
yeah.
take a look. While you guys are checking out this beautiful fan art, Zach, go ahead and Zoom in there. While you're zooming in, Zach, tell us what happened. Computers are complicated.
It's beautiful.
Sounds like something.
So gorgeous.
Lauren is a prodigious artist and graces us with her work.
I was waiting for some dope
on a
ass
regular
tree
basis.
Yeah, it's
That's some
really
dope-ass
pretty.
tree art.
I want that in my house.
You know what I want? I want Caduceus' shirt. Doesn't that look comfortable? You can just sort of flow places.
Silky
Silky.
dragonfly.
Just sort of
shirt.
flow places, man. I want to flow places. Lauren, you won a Purple Heart dice tray from Wormwood. Thank you,
Oh,
Wormwood, for
nice.
sponsoring
Amazing.
both of our giveaways.
Amazing.
Aren't they great? You want to smell it? I'm gonna
The Molly
smell it.
Dick box? Yeah.
I'm just gonna. It kind of smells like a dead horse. It smells amazing. Smells incredible, just like a dead horse.
A little bit like glue.
A little bit like glue. You can
Oh
tell.
my God.
But like expensive glue, highbrow. I'm not talking some Elmer
it
shit.
smells
Not
like
that we have
wood.
anything against Elmer's if they want to sponsor a future episode.
Thank you, Lauren. That's beautiful art. This is a beautiful box. You're gonna love it.
Our next question comes from Sam. Do you want to take a hit on the air? Joe Manganello did it. Oh, that's not.
Wow.
Sam!
That is.
Sam! You cannot do things
You
like
cannot-
that. Give me something
What do you
to
think
work
this
with.
is? You think this is Worm Life? Hand that to me.
God.
Jesus
I mean-
criminy. We can't show that on
That looks like a
Twitch.
president to me.
Very
I did not
presidential.
inhale.
I think this episode of Talks Machina speaks for itself. Sam, account for yourself with the answer to this question from Celestial Scythe. How does not feel about
Scythe.
What did I say?
Skype.
I said Scythe. You said Scythe.
Okay.
How does not feel about trusting Luke in Shakasta's hands? Does she feel uneasy about the trip or believe in Shakasta enough to make it safely? Did you say this already? I can't remember.
We talked about it briefly. I think that not trusts Shakasta, even though they've had limited time together. Shakasta is an impressive fellow.
Yeah, it's like meeting Batman.
Yeah, and Shakasta's about the only person that Not would entrust her son with. Here's a little weird, stupid thing. Luke is spelled L-U-C. No one has ever. Why would they know that? But that's how it's spelled. It's
Good to
because
know.
it's just a thing. It's just a thing.
Okay.
But
Now we
yeah,
know.
no. She of course she feels uneasy about the trip. Sending your son anywhere without you is super scary.
Yeah.
In real life and in Dungeons and Dragons.
Have you ever sent your son with someone like that you didn't?
Just ice cream, man.
He seemed legit at the time.
Friendly.
He had a great playlist.
Yeah.
There's a really creepy ice cream man that drives around at like 9 p.m. really close to where I live. It freaks me out every single night. Like literally, I'm telling a very real story right
What'd
now.
you do with that shotgun I gave you?
Don't tell people that.
Hey
where
Sam,
my
show
shotgun
this
is.
off.
Oh yeah. So wait, Liam, do you know who did this?
It's on the bottom.
Oh,
Careful.
Careful.
this is a beautiful objet d'art that was given to us, sent in
Yeah,
by
we got it today.
someone. It says, "Not the brain, lots of love from." Oh, I don't want to break it. It's so
Careful.
fragile.
Careful.
Marissa. Well, I don't know. Am I allowed to say her name on the air? Did
Is
she
there
do-
like an @ or a maybe they're okay with
Marissa M? Marissa,
Yeah, that's fine. Marissa
Meese?
M sent it in.
There would most likely, not
Okay, Marissa
definitely.
Meese. It's amazing. There's no @ but it is truly
It's detailed.
amazing
Fuck, man.
and
So pretty.
so
cool.
dainty. The feet, the wrappings. There's layers under here. I mean, there's
Be
little
careful.
knickknacks and
Be gentle.
doodads. The ears, the hair. It's really
That's really
great.
cool.
Are we going to put it on the set here, or do
I
get
am
to keep
taking that
this?
home.
No,
I'm taking that home.
You're not taking this
I'm
home.
going to put it in my medicine cabinet so that when
Okay.
people open it,
That's
they'll
good.
stay away from my fucking pills.
Do you do that, by the way?
Do I what?
When you go over to visit a friend's house, do you go through their medicine cabinet?
Did you read my book?
No.
Oh, I talk about it in my book. I used to.
Yeah. I still
used
do.
to. You do?
Oh yeah, sure.
I
If
used
I'm
to.
in the
And if,
guest bathroom, I'm gonna open it up and see what's in there.
I used to, and if they
And if
had
it's some
something I
weird
liked,
butt cream, I am gonna laugh my ass off.
there's a code though. If I would look through all the shit, and if they had something I liked, if there was more than like 15 pills in there, then I would take a few.
Oh,
if
wait.
there was like 3 left, I would leave them.
You were stealing from your friends.
I thought that's what we were talking about. Yes.
You were stealing narcotics from your friends.
Not from my friends. If I went to someone else's house that I didn't
You
know
were
for a
stealing
party if I
from
went to like
strangers.
absolutely less consequences if you steal from
Brian
strangers.
Foster definitely endorses Liam O'Brien for president.
Do you know why?
doing a lot
Do you know
for your
why?
campaigns,
I stopped
Liam.
doing all that shit the day I met him.
The day you met
Come on.
Liam
Liam
O'Brien.
O'Brien?
I stopped doing all
because
of
he
that
caught
shit.
you doing it at his house?
Nope, because he caught me doing it at Travis's house. Liam,
Yes.
answer this question before
Still not
we
sweating it.
dig deeper to find out if that story is true from a Shinan fandom, Ash in
Action
fandom.
and fandom.
In the last couple of episodes, Caleb's made an effort to tell Bo and Ford that he cares for them from way back when Caleb had had a hit it and quit it mentality regarding staying with the Mighty Nine. What has changed the most? Hit it and quit it mentality.
Yeah, it's changed. It's definitely changed. And I think that he has quiet moments where he's afraid that circumstance will put him with his new friends. He'll be in circumstances where he will be too tempted, like an addict, Brian. He'll be tempted to do things that he shouldn't. Like all those desires, those wants that he has had, he still has them. He just now has people that he cares about at the same time. So, like man.
So what's his civilizing aspect then? Is it the friendship? Is it I've always wondered that for some reason the thing with him and Not was his civilizing aspect. It was the thing that kept him from going, because you're already like, I'm a piece of shit, but you're not, I'm an irredeemable piece of shit. And I feel like the Not thing is one of those civilizing aspects for you.
He still thinks he's irredeemable, but Not was one person that he traveled with for a while that kept him from being a total mess. But that wasn't enough.
But
to get him to where he is now.
He doesn't really think he's actually irredeemable, though. You can't tell me that's 100% true. He's got to have something in there that says, even since the journeys began that we've been watching, he has done some stuff and he has opened himself up in certain ways.
But even if he saves 100 lives, he is still going to choke on the thing that he did. I think that there's a couple of things that he could do. There's one or two paths that would make him feel like he had atoned on some level, but still wouldn't feel good about himself. And there's one or two versions of the road where he could find balance. But he would never be, he would never, even if he grabbed that brass ring, he would never. I don't know. He'd never let his shoulders down entirely. I don't know. We'd have to see what would happen if that even happened, and I don't have a lot of faith that it will. And I didn't set out thinking like I'll only be satisfied if I reach that brass ring. I kind of think that the more likely scenario is that he won't, and that's kind of why I constructed this ship to ride in.
Sam, is there a thing you could multi-class into that could be powerful enough to cast a spell to make Caleb love himself? Did I just give away the last episode of Campaign 2? I didn't send you guys the script yet because I heard the fax machine was broken. I only send stuff by fax. It's untraceable.
That's true. That is true.
Tell me your thoughts on what he just said.
I was listening to what he was saying and thinking that, I just find it interesting that the sort of the theme of this campaign is atonement and reconciliation. Like the first campaign's theme was like finding family, trusting each other, and there's a fair
Looking hot while doing cool shit.
for sure, but finding a family, and there's some of that in this campaign also. But I just find it interesting that all of the characters in some way are either atoning or reconciling something in their past, and it's going to be it's interesting. It's so interesting to see, like, as the Mighty Nine takes steps forward, who in the party is letting go of the past or overcoming the past, or taking steps towards resolving their past. and everyone's at a different stage, and it's so interesting.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Caleb will ever reach the end.
I want to know what Frumpkin's atoning
But it's
for.
interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, management's here.
Sit in between my two dads.
Sure. Oh,
This
management
guy.
decided to come on right in. Hey, nice shirt, Mark.
Hey, nice.
International
I'm wearing the
guest.
same shirt as you. I guess we both shop at the same. We both shop at the same places.
Stop doing the bit.
Liam, by the way, if you're just joining us, Liam canonically does not like Mark.
This is fake now.
This is all fake affection.
Canonically, me and Liam are married, and canonically, Mark
Yeah.
and Liam are bitter enemies.
Bitter enemies, yeah.
I don't like foreigners.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Don't like foreigners. These are all things that we should be using in a campaign ad.
I have
Danny.
been talking to you. You don't look at any of my PowerPoints.
He doesn't know how to scroll to the right
It's true.
on the computer.
I have charts, Sam.
That's true.
Mark, how you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm having a good time.
You were broadcasting from the Stream of Deceit this weekend.
The stream of descent.
The Stream of Descent.
The stream of descent.
Somebody write this shit down
Descent
for me.
into
I
avulse.
told you I work best off of notes.
Notes,
So
yeah.
we
No, it's
have-
good. Yeah, it was really
Did you have a
good.
good time?
Yeah.
High Rollers is Mark's show,
Yeah.
and that airs every, let's see, in America,
Sunday
Sundays, okay, at noon our time?
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Pacific.
Oh,
9 a.m.
that's actually
Pacific.
that's a watchable
Okay, noon
time.
Eastern.
That's a watchable time.
Now-
It's 5 p.m. UK time, so 9
As,
a.m.
as you guys all know, I don't watch any programming.
Yes. Do you remember Mark played Caliana
remember?
in Critical Role
I did not
Campaign
know
2?
that until
Travis definitely
One of
did.
my favorite
until you
guest
just said that, no.
characters.
But so high rollers, do you guys all get high and play
He's got it. That's the gimmick.
Okay.
That's the gimmick.
angle.
Yeah.
High Rollers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
different drug every week?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm in. I wanna
yeah.
watch.
We experiment a little bit, like maybe mix a few things up. Bath salts one week, and then maybe.
Yeah, the
something
mescaline
in.
episode was hella weird because they all turned into cows. But going back to what we were talking about, Campaign 1 to me felt like the hero's journey represented in different arcs and different forms. Campaign 2 to me, and we obviously, this conversation may change by the end of it, right? We have who knows how much left to go. I have to check my PowerPoints. I'm also not good with them. I don't know how to scroll back. What does it mean to be good? Is the question I think we're really getting into in this campaign. What does it mean to be good? And what does that weird gray area look like because there's the anti-hero archetype, but none of you are fitting into that very well. So it's a deeper layer to me than the anti-hero archetype. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. And part of what makes you good or not good is your own assessment of your own goodness, and how comfortable you are with that. And
Then does that make Caleb the big bad?
I if that were true,
Are you
God,
willing
I
to be?
hope
Are you
that's-
drunk enough to let that slip on the air?
I will say, I won't answer that question, but I will say, we do playlists for these characters, and we'll do 2 or 3. I think we'll probably end up doing 3 again. And I have this vast bucket of music, and it's full of songs that would chart him to the worst possible ending where he'd leave. Where I think if he was going to have left the campaign, it would have happened already. And Matt and I have talked about it. I have songs that would have charted that ending for him.
Wow.
And I still have them because I feel like those are still echoes in the back of his head, whether or not they bubble all the way to the forefront.
Yeah.
I think the whole experiment with this character, or I just wanted to play with human beings, was to see if I could take someone who the world would shun and see if you could find anything of worth in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a bunch of us went and saw Palmer
Amanda
a week
Palmer.
or two ago. Yeah,
We got to go to her concert.
and
Jesus Christ.
She talked about, this is fucking heavy shit, but she talked about writing about, was it a song or a poem, did she say, about the freaking bomber in the marathon?
Yes, it was a poem. Yeah.
And people were angry about
She's
her
from
for
Boston.
finding empathy for that person who did that terrible thing, and she took a ton of, obviously, heat for it, but her whole angle on life is trying to, I learned that night, is to try to use compassion and empathy for everyone. Everyone.
If you can put yourself in a place where you could have compassion for someone that does something really terrible, then life becomes easier because when stuff that's obviously not as terrible as that hits you, you're already conditioned to sort of have compassion for some of the worst things, and it's easier to respond with compassion. That's what I took away from her poem and what she was talking about. It's easier to have compassion. It's like if you practice killing, let's say back in the day or something, and you were scared of bears or something. If you practice killing bears, when a fucking dog comes up and tries to kill you, you can handle that thing because you've already slayed Goliath ultimately, right? So I find that interesting in that character choice for you too, because you have to stick to and do some things that are definitely not going to be popular, as we know, we've talked about that you've done so far, but because it's what's true to that person. But then waiting for everybody else to find that redeemable quality in you is its own journey, because what if some people don't? And then you run that risk. It's an interesting character choice.
Yeah, well, trying to find compassion for someone who has done truly despicable things is also my campaign slogan.
Oh my God. I'm so fucking
Sam, that
tired
is
of this.
not what we decided
We're in the
on.
middle of a great discussion. We're going over time. Mark's here, and you have to bring this to be back about you again.
I mean, that's the Sam Riegel way, isn't it, really? So,
really is.
Let's all practice empathy and try not to be disgusted.
Mark, what are your thoughts about what we're talking about? Save me.
Yeah,
from
it's
these.
really interesting because obviously, with Caliana as a guest character, I made her a long time ago, and then when me and Matt were talking, I was like, I've got this great character I'd like to use. And obviously people picked up on this when I did the episode. There are some mild similarities between, I think, her kind of story and Caleb's story, and that she did some terrible things. But I think she's the other end of the spectrum where she had a family that took her in and kind of helped her kind of deal with that and showed her that it wasn't, necessarily always her fault, and that while she did terrible things, she had been manipulated and blah, 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 blah. And I think so she's come out of it in a very different way. And certainly when I did that episode with Caleb, she definitely kind of saw a great person that she very much admired. And it's one of those things where I am desperate for at some point that package to be picked up, because there's definitely a little something in there for Caleb where she kind of writes down her thoughts and feelings on that, like a little sort of it was really, kind of, spoilers, but
yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's interesting because, she's a character who, did some terrible things, but was young in age and had been manipulated, and now tries to see the best in everybody. Having seen the worst in herself and the worst in the people around her, now tries to see the best in everybody she comes across. And that's very naive. She's a very naive character. But that's, again, part of who she is.
But that's the choice, right?
Yeah.
That's the attribute that you stick to. Some of my favorite fan art is the Caliana stuff.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Great visually,
my
that character
God,
is top notch.
Yeah, it was amazing. The design of it, to go from such a sketchy description that I gave as well, and to turn it into such an amazing design. And I remember, because it was pretty much last year when we did the Stream of Many Eyes, and we did the game, and I remember just doing the guest section and then coming in, and I was constantly on Twitter just refreshing for the artwork, and it was amazing. It was, in fact, incredible.
That's one of the cool, unexpected things about guests that come on the show, because all the guests see the artwork on Twitter because we're always retweeting it, we're always sharing it, and a lot of the people that end up on the show follow us, or at least follow me.
Yeah.
But nobody's prepared for the amount of the quality of and the diversity of the types of art that just
And now we're
before you get home from the episode,
Now
there's
we're adding
fully
cosplay
fleshed
of the
out.
week.
And now we have cosplay of the week.
Cosplayers I had, especially when you guys came to London and people were coming up
Uh-huh.
and seeing me. But I have a whole folder of Cali art on save, and I have pieces printed out on my wall now as well. That's my favorite stuff.
Oh, my entire house is
just-
fan art of Liam Las Vegas. I took down pictures of my family, Ashley's family, the dogs. It's all Liam Las Vegas shit, man. Yeah.
It has not gotten old for us either. Still, every day in our little private text
blessing.
threads we have with each other,
We
we'll
are
still
sharing
send a
art
picture and
all
be
the
like,
time.
can you fucking believe this? We're 4 years in still, every day.
Yep.
Every day.
It will never cease to amaze me why people care enough to spend time drawing.
Yeah.
That's all the time we.
Wow.
Wow. And on that cynical note,
Wow.
Oh, coming from the. Mark, I know you can't vote because you're a goddamn foreigner.
It's true.
But if you could.
This is very leading, Brian. This
Careful.
is very leading.
This is
If I could vote,
a tenuous subject.
who would I support?
Your options are Liam O'Brien, Sam Riegel, or third party non-union candidate, but from your side of the lake, as they say, Arsqueef.
Well,
yeah.
you know,
Squeef is
us,
running. I forgot.
I love him, and I think he's got a very prosperous future, but he's very young. He's very inexperienced.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him maybe in a couple of years' time when he's
Okay.
built up his skills. I think, you know, having somebody like that as a vice president, you know, but as effectively the UK representative for D&D Beyond, you know,
absolutely.
as with High Rollers, they sponsor us as well.
I did not.
And
You
you
are
know,
the
I like to
UK.
see myself as prime minister, you know, in a sense.
Holy shit! Would anyone
Certainly
run
one of
against
these
you?
two candidates, huh?
Would anyone run against
I
you
don't
if you
think
were
that's
one.
how elections work in
No,
the
it's a
UK.
monarchy. It's
It's a
decided by the
monarchy.
people,
It's
yeah.
decided
Oh, so
by
the Queen
Yeah.
decides.
Yes, absolutely. I've been appointed by the Queen.
Yeah.
You know what? I've been there. I've been to Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
I could hop that gate.
She's got High Rollers merch.
Those guys are more concerned about that
got
fucking
gay
hat
hat
staying on their head than they
lights.
are about catching me, man. I'm quick. I'm built like the Olsen twins.
You are,
Anyway,
absolutely.
who would you vote for?
Well, you know, there's always been one candidate who's been very supportive of the foreign trade, the relationship we've had. One person has tried to keep me out of the country for a very, very long time. So
That's gonna
definitely
resume as soon as this fucking show is over.
my support goes to my good friend.
Oh, thank you so
Sam
much.
Riegel.
That is
Sam
all
Riegel.
the time we have for tonight, my
That's an
friends.
endorsement. I love it.
I would like to
Incredible.
thank Liam, Danny, and Max for joining us tonight. Episode 64 airs this Thursday. Oh, as always, don't forget to love each other. Don't worry, it's almost Thursday. Stay turnt, my friends, and remember, creepy ain't a crime. But voting for Sam Riegel is.
How dare you?